I don't date women that have kids, so I don't deal with this issue.
So you like intentionally say, okay, if you met an amazing woman, she's like super dope, super focused, and everything that you ever dreamed in a woman, if she has a child.
She gonna have a problem being focused on me.
Because she has a child?
If you a good mother, how you gonna focus on me? You got this kid, you gotta deal with this kid.
I was a great mother, and I met my husband when my daughter was 2, so I'm a great
but
mother.
listen,
there's a lot of great mothers out there, and I stand with those mothers.
I think there are
and
amazing
say,
mothers out there.
We are very desirable, even with children.
Absolutely, but me personally, I'm not looking to date.
But he's coming with kids. That's the crazy.
No, my kids stay at home.
Like, how dare you?
No, my kids stay at home. I don't bring my kids on a date.
Wait,
I didn't say that.
What do you mean I'm coming with kids? These kids is at home.
Okay, I'm confused, Mouse.
Yeah.
But okay.
Listen, it's preferences. Everybody got preferences.
No, you're right.
And I'm not sitting up here saying that
curious.
women that have kids don't deserve love. I'm saying
right.
as for me in thine home,
Thine
these
home.
McDonald's meals is gonna be for me
Okay.
and my kids and a woman without kids. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
so crazy.
So,
to
but
me.
you want her to take on your
Yeah.
No, I don't. My kids have.
So you just
also
gonna
my kids are
excommunicate your children
No, my
when
kids
you
are
meet your-
old. My kids are older. So I have a
okay.
16-year-old and 11-year-old. I don't need anyone to come in and be a mother figure or any of that.
Not a mother figure, but if it's someone that you love, say you get married, right? You
Well, I gotta
just want,
say, like that's just.
it's kind of far-fetched.
I mean, I don't want to attack him.
It would be
Just
my
get
second
clarity
marriage.
on
Thank
that.
you very much.
Okay, exactly why I say far-fetched. And so you would be okay with your wife and the person that you love not having a relationship with your children?
I mean, you would naturally have a relationship with them, but like I said, I don't need you to be a mother. Like you don't have to step in. You just be, what they
just
call
be
it,
a
a bonus.
Bonus mom.
Yeah, you be
Which
a bonus
is still
person.
like a mother figure. You want her to be a positive figure that's
is
your
interesting.
children.
And that's cool.
This kinda
Listen, and that's
segues
cool.
into
But
our
also, like I said,
conversation.
it's all about preference. It's all about
Right.
preference.
So
This is what I
accept my
prefer.
kids, but you can't have any.
The woman that I am with and I'm going to be serious with, me and her kids, they're gonna be her first kids. That's just how it is. That's just how
Hey
it is.
man, I ain't gonna lie.
How you come with kid number 3 talking about our first kid? No, it's not like what?
No, it's our first kid.
This is
You and I. It's gonna be her first kid.
But this goes to show you like how men think.
Oh.
Hashtag.
Here's a new segment on Listen Black Women.
I know,
How
I'm like-
men
I
think.
think this
I would like to pitch a spinoff. How men think.
I
We'll
think it's
get
just
to
a
it.
societal
We'll be right
norms
back.
about they're different. Like Miles was saying, she would, have to be in her life or be like a mother figure. But on the flip side, I dated a woman with a child, and I felt like, and she had a son, so I felt like it was kind of my duty to kind of be there as a black man, especially for this child. So I think it's kind of the same thing with the mother figure.
Wouldn't you feel, in a way, that's a plus for any little black boy to have as much influence?
For sure. No, you feel it. You feel it.
Like it's kind
immediately.
of a good thing that you felt it, but also that you were willing to even step into that
Right.
role.
Yeah.
Because some men who actually are the father or even stepfather don't step into those roles. So when there is an opportunity, I feel like, you shouldn't immediately shun the woman or the child just because of your prerequisites, like check, check, check. Maybe see what the woman's about, see what the children are like, see what the environment is before you make that judgment.
Because it's
prefer
not
that.
the same all the time. Because I know me personally, I do choose not to date men with children, but that's because of my
had the same-
experience
yeah.
that I had in the past. I've, of course, bent my own rules, but the main
just-
situation that I had was that this man had a couple of baby mamas, maybe
Ooh.
3.
Yeah, see,
And
that's different.
Maybe
it
three.
was a
Two.
lot. It was a lot.
ain't
And
the
then not
same.
only that, I became really attached to the children. And then when we started going through our problems, he started using the kids
Ooh,
against me.
no.
So it's like I wanted to get away from him.
Oh, no.
And then it was like, why don't you call her on FaceTime? And then it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, see, that's not
And that's
fair.
that is the downside
That
of
is
dating
true.
someone with children. Because like I said, when me and her stopped talking and dealing with each other, I found out later on that he was like having troubles with the law and all that stuff. So it kind of made me feel bad
Like, I
inside.
gotta
Like,
do
damn, if I
something.
was still there, but it
yeah.
just tears you up a little bit. So I would prefer to have my first child with somebody that doesn't
Yeah.
have children.
I can
as well.
understand
But
that.
if it happens, I'm not opposed.
because like, how do you remove yourself from the child's life?
Well, that's the hard part. That's why you have to be so careful before you introduce anybody new or your mate to the child, because you don't want to play play with the children and their emotions too. Like, to remove yourself is going to be cutting ties, not just for you, but for the child, and it's all kind of trauma. So I think you just better know that you know that you know before you even start bringing, you know how some women, they'll have like, oh, boyfriend number 2, boyfriend. It's like, no. Like, you about to be my husband before you up in my.
I was gonna
You know
ask you
what I
that.
mean?
What's the rules for introducing, or what was the rules for you when you were, you know,
I was-
co-parenting,
yeah,
right?
co-parenting. I have now a 6-year-old daughter, but at the time when I met my now husband, my daughter was like almost 2, like 2 years old. And co-parenting is its own thing. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
That's challenging. But I think the rules are based on what you do in your life. There are no set rules, but I would say make sure that you're dating the person multiple times without your children being involved, without anybody, you know, without playing on those emotions like he was talking about. And then when you feel ready and you feel the maturity of your child, you can introduce, but also make sure that the parent, you know, the father or mother of the child is okay with that new person being
So you
around.
do ask if this is okay?
I did say, you know, I'm getting serious with someone. I would like Zuri to meet now, you know, my husband
Yeah.
too. Do simple things like an outdoor date. You know, we did a park date. And I think at the end, it just keeps it easy so that it doesn't feel pressured.
But what if your ex asked to meet your now husband? But what if he asked to meet him first?
I actually orchestrated a meeting with the 2 of them.
Okay.
For coffee or tea or what, I don't know, whatever they met up. But as men, I do respect, you know, that he's her father, and then also he's now a father figure.
Yeah.
So they do have to kind of collaborate in a way, but I had them meet together.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
No,
it's
that's
not.
right, I feel.
It's like so functional. Like,
Mouse,
I think.
look,
like,
I'm like, is that your
that-
situation?
My baby mother don't play with me like that, so I don't worry about that.
So she not allowed to move
You
on?
move on. Hey, yo, what's up with you?
I'm
How did we
asking
get to allow?
Question.
Where did we get to allow?
Because you said she don't play with me like that.
Like, nobody gonna play with me like that, but
I don't know what
Yeah,
you
what
mean
do you mean
play.
by
That's
play?
her
like,
husband.
no, I'm right. That's your husband, but like,
know, I didn't know
until
what
you get to that point, leave my kids out of it. Also, once again, my child with her is 11 years old. It's a different thing, right? Like when you 2, 3, I get that. 11 years old, she old enough to kind of say where she want to go. So there's a bit more autonomy.
Do single mothers deserve high value men? And this question came up because of, let's be honest, what's been dominating the consciousness for the last month. The high value discussion, the high value discussion, the high value this, the high value that. And sadly, when I have seen so many women, Cubert, if you don't get your ass back in, I'll go ahead and put you right there. Cubert, I don't understand what's going on with you, but I need you to get out the way. I swear to God. All right, get away. Petty Riley. Yeah. All right, so seriously, do single mothers deserve high value men? Look, I leave this to the public. And from what I have seen from the high value men that I know, meaning men who are earning 6 figures or more for over 3 to 5 years, men who are working at LinkedIn level, men who have visibility, they have a network of high value men, they're useful to others, and then the group and other high value men recognize them as a peer. Men like that, just at the basis, men like that are not just born, they're made. And these guys tend to want to build their own families. They tend not to want ready-made families. Now, I know that there's some people that are always talking about, well, you can't say not all. Look, if it's less than a 5% chance, does it really matter? You know, I've heard some of the most ridiculous comments that there are millions of 6-figure earners and that what about God? I mean, the most inconsequential, insignificant possible test case. It's like, you know, do we really, really care do we really care if this person has what this person is thinking? Let me tell you something. If you type in all caps, people who come in and typing in all caps, time them out. No more, Mr. Nice Guy. Moderators, if people come in typing in all caps, the entire string is in all caps, time them out. I think it's crazy that so many women get upset, thinking, acting, damn near demanding like their children are no big deal. It's no big deal. No big deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to examine this tonight. We're going to examine this, and we're also going to have a little conversation with those men. Okay? Excuse me. We're also going to have a little conversation with those men. What just happened? You know, I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, let's get into it. Because more than anything else, the issue is many women today seem not to really care about the facts, the data. It seems to be a lot about opinions. A lot about opinions. So we have 7,300 people in here, guys. We should have over 3,500 likes. We should have almost 3,700 likes. So I'm going to give it a few seconds. These people telling you to buy my book, buy my course, buy my this, buy my that, who aren't showing you a mother freaking result. When asked by many people, show us the couples, they'll go to somebody else's YouTube channel. They'll tell you about, hey, well, the numbers of marriages of it. They cannot show you that somebody says thank you to you for what you're doing, and as a result, I'm getting married. So stop worrying about how many times I've been divorced or what my relationship is. Worry about your broken self. It's 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, the question is, if I can get those kind of results, and I'm not a matchmaker, and I'm not a dating coach per se, I'm not, people been doing this 5, 10 years, they got nothing to show. I suggest you leave me alone before I start pulling the big guns out. Because at the war of words, women, y'all are better at the war of words, but show your work. The thing is, ladies who finally realize that I'm not here to hurt you, the reason these female older women detractors can't show their work, because they got no work. Men don't believe them. Men don't follow them. Men don't trust them. It's a bunch of eternal sevens and a bunch of other women who missed their shot, and they're all in there together telling each other the same thing. Yeah, girl, it don't matter. You're a single mother, and you've never dated a man earning more than $40,000 a year, but now that you're 40, just because you make more money now, you can go get one. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ladies, you don't deserve a high value man. You get in this life what you negotiate. And you get the best deal you can make. And I'm sorry. I need to know from women who have children, from single mothers, baby mamas. I need to know from you ladies why you don't understand or why you don't feel your child has lowered your sexual marketplace value. Why don't you guys seem to understand this? That woman on the beach didn't have a baby. You didn't see no kids in that picture. So to you young ladies, 26 and under, Friday I'm going to talk about why are so many young women so angry. I believe I know why so many young women, young black women in particular. I am seeing so many young black women with little to no real world relationship history that are angry, rabid, damn near feminists. And the thing is, what I'm starting to see is angry young women around angry older women. But what's the solution after you call men everything but a child of God? What's next? Dating out? Where's Waldo? It ain't working. All right. So as we get into it, before we open the call line, because I think a lot of women get upset at the reality, at the truth. And one of the things is it's like, well, everybody makes a mistake. True. I was young and dumb. Fine. But ladies, it matters. There's a cost. You can't undo it like you wish you could. So let's leave it to what the men are saying. Let's look at it together. Gentlemen, do single mothers deserve high value men? 80-20 rule in effect right there. 80% said no. 20% said yes. Out of 12,000 votes. And of the ladies, of the 7,900 votes, 73% said no. 27 said yes. Again, the vast 4 out of 5 men said single mothers don't deserve a high value man. And almost over 7 out of 10 women said the same thing. Okay? But always not wanting just to have, and of course this is not, scientific. Not scientific at all. I went over to Instagram, as I tend to do the same thing. Do single mothers deserve high value men? 8,461 views, 677 comments. Okay. Let's go through some of these. Here's what a guy said. Why not? She could be a military widow. She could be divorced. She could be a wonderful human being. This is the worst question ever. Men like this are called wimps. They're not your friend. These are the guys that would have you believing a 5% chance matters. See, this is what you've been hearing for the longest. Well, she could be this, she could be that. Single mothers, baby mamas, implication, unmarried. I didn't say a widow. See, notice what these guys are your enemies, ladies. They come in trying to tell you what you want to hear to Dirty Mac on the side. The worst question ever. Sorry, it's a realistic question. I'm not even gonna get into all the answers, but ladies, these guys like this are not your friend. They've got nothing for you other than more lies and delusion. This woman says, were some of your mothers single moms? The answer is yes. And they didn't get high value men. Yes. And they did not get high value men. They got regular guys. If they were lucky enough to get a guy. Thank you. When my mother finally got married, she got a regular guy. Not a high value man. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. You have a child out of wedlock, you lower your value. Are y'all serious? I'm going to go into this one. This woman actually came through and asked if people were serious, as if the question in itself was unfair. Look at this. Are y'all serious? And the answer is yes. Serious as hell. Baffles me. Poor decisions make poor consequences. Guy says, makes me wonder if you were raised by a single mother that was for the streets. And this one comes on. These are not the type of men you want anyway, sis. Let them. See? Instead of just answering the question, you go to ad hominems, attacking the man. How, ladies, objectively, how does that help you get any further? These aren't the kind of men you want anyway. Three engagements in under 6 months. So I beg to differ, Miss My Crown, My Glory. Some more of that grandiose, self-aggrandizing bull crap. 3 women would beg to differ that these are the kind of men you want to be around. These are the kind of men that get in relationships and propose. Understand, 3 engagements in under 6 months. Engagements to multi-million-dollar attorneys and going to Aruba. What the French toast are you talking about?